After 5 years of disappearing from the internet, I've decided to start making videos. And those videos are actually for me to keep track of my writing process. Because, like many other people, although you like something and you feel like you came to this earth to do that one thing, fear and doubt can be a biatch. So I've decided to film my writing process just to keep track and also to keep myself accountable, because it's been a minute since I've been writing, and the thing with me is I'd be writing for a week and then I would stop for several months. So I gave myself this challenge to upload videos online of me writing. I think it's very boring, but like I said, it's for me, and if it helps, you should do it too. And I got this idea because I was thinking of going back to school and studying while working for 4 years. And it would be studying in the evening or going to the university or college in the evening. 2 times a week, I think. And I was thinking, what if I wrote 2 times a week for 4 hours, so 8 hours in total or more, for 4 years? Would I finish my book or one of the books I want to write? So that's the challenge, and we'll see where it gets me. Oh, this is my little desk. Let me see if I can get this on. Is the power turned on? Yes, it is. So last time my keyboard didn't work. I got new batteries, and we'll see if it's working. This is how I keep track of my writing. I really need to do my nails, and in May I decided to write down the date. And last time I've been writing, it was the 18th of May 2023, and I was at 19,000 words plus 19,000 words. I write approximately 1,000 words every time, and I would love to exceed that number because I would love to stay in that flow and in that mindset for a longer time. That would be very nice. So we'll see. This is my bureau office. I don't know how to say it in English. There are some clothes hanging there who are becoming furniture. If something stays somewhere for longer than a month, then it becomes part of the space. This is my how do you say that? I don't know how to say, but this is my book storage thing, and this is my little desk where I write. I'm at 19,151 words. Let's see how much we can write today. I'm writing this novel story. I already know the overall plot and where I want to go with the story, but the scenes they come when I'm writing. So the details, they all come when I'm writing, and sometimes they don't come into my mind, which is something I struggle with, accepting the fact that sometimes you just have a writer's block. That's why I'm filming this, just to keep myself writing even though I don't want to write that day, or I don't want to be confronted with the fact that I have a writer's block, and that can have many reasons, which we will talk about later. Here you see me going through the last chapter or scene that I've written. This is what I do when I haven't wrote for a long time. In this case, it was almost 1.5 months that I haven't visited my story or did any kind of writing. I did write a short poem during work, but that doesn't really count as writing. since it's been way too long that I have something on paper, that I've had something on paper. Reading the last chapter helps me to pick up the story where I left it. It helped me to get in it. It's like a recap with your characters. One time I hadn't wrote for months, and what I did is I went back to the first chapter and read everything from the beginning just to get into the story. I try not to make many changes during this process, so I try not to edit because I'm trying to get into the story and not rewrite the story or the last chapter that I'm reading. But making a couple of small changes here and there are okay for me. You will hear many writing experts say that you shouldn't change anything, leave everything for the revising or the editing session, but actually, I don't care. I would say do what works for you. You can take someone's advice and try it out. If it doesn't work, don't do it. Advice is there to be considered, but it's not a rule. We often have an idea of how the writing process should be or should go. We see ourselves in our mind, so we imagine ourselves writing or writing without a break, very excited and happy with a smile on our face. And it's often romanticized in movies. We see actors writing behind their desk and the words just appear on the pages or on their computer screen. That can happen in real life, don't get me wrong. And it's called when you are getting in the flow. So when you're in the flow, the words just flow through you and through your fingers onto the pages or the virtual pages, but oftentimes it's not the case. Often the words don't flow, and if they flow, they get blocked by perfectionism, inferiority, or the I have a tongue twist here, or the idea that your writing is one big pile of crap. But don't worry, you can cry, you can be angry, you can be anxious, but don't stop. Make that crap pile even bigger. The bigger the better. Keep in mind that the page in front of you is the soil from which your stories grow, and soil needs a lot of crap to grow the most beautiful plants. It's your own process. Sometimes I would be writing and writing and writing and making the crap pile even bigger, but sometimes I just need to take a step back, like now. But from the moment I get into the flow, which is great when you can write for hours on end without stopping, or even a couple of minutes is really great for me. If I can go, if I can get in the flow for 30 minutes, then I'll be very happy. If I write more, I know for myself that I will be able to write further. But in this moment, I'm listening to myself, what works for me, and not what others are telling to do when you don't know what to write. Sometimes you will hear people saying, just write as much as you can. But my advice to you, do what comes naturally. Except for procrastinating on writing. That's not natural, that's just fear or inferiority, like I said, thinking that your writing is crap. Try to write through that. Try to write through all the uncomfortable feelings, because the way to release a negative feeling or a fear of writing, is through facing it head on. So try to write through the perfectionism, the feeling of inferiority, the feeling of failure, and you will see the more that you write, that the writing will come to you and through you. And do you know why? Because you're a writer. Thank you for watching. See you next time.